DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, this is DFA Online here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA on Thursday warned Filipinos to be vigilant and avoid falling victim to human trafficking by recruiters offering job listings overseas that are too good to be true. This came as the Philippine government repatriated 206 Filipino human trafficking victims from Myanmar this week. In a Bagong Pilipinas interview, DFA Undersecretary Eduardo De Vega stressed that if the job listing is too good to be true, it means that it is not true.
At lalo na dito sa Southeast Asia, hindi pwede magtrabaho kung walang work visa. Kaya po, kung pangako sa inyo, sipot lang kayo, hindi po totoo yun. If it sounds too good to be true, it is not true. So mga kababayan, use your common sense and isipin niyo marami na biktima, dapat hindi rin masama kayo dyan. Huwag tularan.
De Vega was one of the lead officials in the effort to facilitate the immediate return of the 206 Filipinos who were forced to work in scam hubs in Myanmar. The latest repatriates flew back to the Philippines on two different flights via Thailand on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yusek De Vega assured that the 206 repatriates would get reintegration assistance from the Philippine government, including a 50,000 peso cash aid from the Department of Migrant Workers on top of the $200 cash given by the DFA while they were in Thailand. The 206, Yusek De Vega said, were able to return after the scam hubs they were working in closed down amid the crackdown by Myanmar in cooperation with Thailand and China.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
In our news, the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA expressed its disappointment over Timor-Leste's decision to deny the Philippine government's request to extradite former Representative Arnolfo Arnie Teves Jr. In a statement, DFA spokesperson Maria Teresita Daza indicated that the department interprets the Timor-Leste's decision as lacking trust in the Philippines' justice system. She said Timor-Leste's application to the regional bloc depends on its compliance with the roadmap for full membership in the ASEAN and its accession to the ASEAN Charter. She added that a country must be able to demonstrate that it shares the spirit of trust and cooperation that ASEAN member states accord one another, not only within the framework of ASEAN but also in their bilateral relations. Teves is facing multiple murder charges in connection with the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Digamo and 5 others in March 2023. On March 20, Timor-Leste's Court of Appeals issued a decision junking the Philippine government's request to extradite the former congressman, citing concerns over potential risks of torture or inhumane treatment. In an earlier palace briefing, Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Claire Castro emphasized that such practices are prohibited under Philippine law.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
The Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA welcomed over 150 student delegates from 50 countries to its temporary headquarters at the Double Dragon Tower for the Harvard Model United Nations Manila. This engagement provided young leaders with insights into the Philippines' diplomatic priorities and its contributions to the United Nations. During the event, DFA Undersecretary Jesus Gary Domingo and Deputy Assistant Secretary of the DFA's UN and International Organization Office or UNIO Ambrosio Brian Enciso III led discussions on Philippine foreign policy, highlighting the country's strategic approach to global diplomacy. Undersecretary Domingo emphasized the Philippines' steadfast commitment to multilateralism, strong alliances, and principled diplomacy. He also underscored the country's legacy at the United Nations since 1945, particularly its leadership in advancing human rights, peacekeeping missions, and climate action. Deputy Assistant Secretary Enciso meanwhile outlined the Philippines' bid for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council for 2027 to 2028, presenting the country's vision as a partner, pathfinder, and peacemaker. He reiterated the country's commitment to contribute to global security efforts, particularly in counterterrorism, disaster resilience, maritime security, and climate change mitigation. He also emphasized that the Philippines, with its steadfast commitment to multilateralism, is well positioned to serve on the Security Council. An interactive session allowed delegates to engage with DFA officials on pressing global issues, including human rights, regional security, and sustainable development. This dialogue reinforced the Philippines' commitment to fostering international cooperation and addressing emerging global challenges. Through this special engagement, future global leaders gained deeper insights into the Philippines and international affairs. The department said it remains committed to nurturing the next generation of diplomats.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And that wraps up today's edition of DFA Online. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Win Peñano. Good day.
DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.